Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica, and today I have my no-buy tips and tricks, what worked for me to complete my year-long no-buy from last June to this June, and how I am still on my no-buy now with just replacement only, and how I'm doing it. I've been just a few days shy of 13 months, and I'm still going strong. I'm still not tempted, and I'm not sure what will work for everyone, but I'm going to tell you what worked for me. And I do have a little list here. They're not in any particular order, but let's get into it. If you guys have any questions at the end of this, please leave them down in the comments. I will try to respond to everyone that does leave me a comment, ask me a question, whatever. Let's get into what I've got. First and foremost, and this is something that I tell people all the time in our painting group, the Pantastic Ladies, the first thing you need to do before you go on a no-buy is an inventory. I know it's a pain in the butt, it's scary, but you need an inventory. And the reason you need an inventory is because you need to know what you have, a realistic look at everything that you have. Because pretty much every person that I've ever talked to that is a panner, a makeup junkie, whatever, before they have done their inventory, they don't realize how much they have. Oh, I have lipsticks, but it's not a problem. I have blush, it's not a problem. I have some eyeshadow palettes, but it's not a problem. And when they do their inventory, they almost always say, wow, I didn't realize just how much I had. And that's pretty universal. Unless you have a very small collection, you can pretty much bank on you don't realize how much you already own. Once you get that kick in the gut, it's a little bit easier not to buy, because when you're tempted by this new lipstick that comes out, you can look at your inventory and say, I already have that. I could dupe that. So do an inventory. You pull out every single item that you own and put it in inventory. Spreadsheets are your friend. That's what I use. I have every product that I own, like the price of it, the colors, the size, everything. It's very detailed. It took me, I would say, probably 2 months to do because I have an absurd amount of beauty stuff, but I refer to it literally every single day. Do an inventory. That's my first tip. The second tip is, when you are tempted with something, see if you already have something that is very similar in that inventory. This is why it is so important to have your inventory, because you might say, oh, this new palette has come out. I don't have anything like it. But then when you actually physically look at your stuff in your inventory, you realize, I got 3 or 4 of those that look just like it. Really, just look at your stuff, see if you have anything similar first, shop your stash, because odds are you have something very similar already. This is something that I always promote, especially with Clone Wars that I do with Amanda, especially with eyeshadows, because it is so easy. Formulations may be slightly different, but if it's a color pop in a palette, you know, it's just that little pop of color that is drawing you in, and the rest is neutrals, which is the trend anymore. You probably have that color in a palette or a single somewhere in your collection already. If you have a large enough collection that you're even considering a no-buy, you probably already have it. So shop your stash, see if you can dupe it. Most of us have an insane amount of eyeshadows. If it's a highlighter you're craving, look at your eyeshadows. Odds are you have a color that is almost identical to a highlighter that you want, or even a blush. So just shop your stash, see if you can dupe it first, and if you can't, just wait. If you're still loving it, then go ahead and buy it after. Odds are you got it in your stash already. So shop that stash. It is so important. You want to pan products that you have multiples of. I do this frequently. Even when something new comes out like that, I will look for what I have too many of in my collection. I will pan it. I focus hardcore on panning, as many of you know, and if I keep my focus on my panning, I don't have to think about going and buying new stuff, because I know how long it takes to pan some things, and y'all know too. You guys know how long it takes to pan products. We think something's gonna last us a month or two, and it lasts us a year or two. So pan your products. If you're focusing on panning, then you're probably not going to be focusing on wanting to buy. It's kind of a mindset, and it does get easier. I swear it does. This is very important too. First and foremost, you want to set a goal for yourself, like a length goal. Do you want to just do a no buy for a month? Do you want to do 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year? Set a realistic and attainable goal for yourself, and you want to base that off of what you have in your collection. If you have enough to go 6 months, do it. If you have enough to go for a year, like I did, absolutely do it. But if you just kind of want to dip your toe in the water, do a month. Do a month. You can always extend it if you want, and be realistic. Set a goal that you absolutely think that you can attain. Base your goals on your inventory. If you have 2 mascaras in your entire collection and you know you use one a month, you're not going to want to set a 6-month or a year-long goal for your no buy. It's just not possible. Next thing you want to do is look at what you own that is going to be expiring soon, and you want to prioritize those products and not buy any of those products. Say you want to buy a new lipstick, but you have 3 lipsticks in your collection, whether they're similar or not, that are going to expire within that time frame of your no buy. It doesn't make sense, to me anyway, to go out and buy a new lipstick when you have 3 that you're going to end up throwing in the trash. To me, that's a waste of money. I would personally want to use up what I've already spent my money on. Why do you want to buy that product? Is there a legit reason why you want to buy it? Is because it's new and hyped up? And will that product that you want to buy, can you make do with something that you already have in your collection? For example, a while back there was a trend where everyone had these crazy colored lipsticks. Blue, green, teal, black, yellow, purple, you name it. There was some crazy colors out there. And there's still some crazy colors out there, and they're kind of cool. But instead of buying that crazy colored lipstick that you probably won't finish, can you use something that you already have in your collection? If I wanted to do a blue lipstick, I would probably put on a light colored lip gloss, lipstick, or whatever, and I would pat that colored eyeshadow all over my lips and create my own lip look that way. I don't need to go and buy a bunch of colorful lipsticks when I already have the products to achieve the same look. I hope that makes sense. Tip number 5 for me, this works for me because I'm an incredibly competitive person. Even if I'm only competing with myself, I turn my no buy into a game. And what I mean by that is like I said, have my inventory. I have everything valued out per section, category, what part of my face or my body it goes onto, and then I have it completely totaled to my bottom line. My games that I play with myself are, how low can I get my inventory value before my no buy is up? If it's lipsticks, say I have 50 lipsticks, can I use up 10 of those lipsticks in the span of my no buy? Can I use up 20 eyeshadows in the span of my no buy? It's kind of like, can I do it? Can I meet this goal? And I make it fun for myself. And I always make it a challenge, and that works for me. I don't know if it would work for everyone, but it certainly works for me because I am so competitive. You know, you can reward yourself. Like, say you do your no buy for X amount of months, or you get your inventory to a certain level, even if it's just one category, to a certain level. Reward yourself with something, not makeup or beauty related, but, you know, take a weekend vacation or go out and, you know, have a nice dinner or something. Just reward yourself. And by not buying, you're going to be able to afford to reward yourself at the end. I hope that makes sense. Another thing with the whole game, I have my stuff stored everywhere. Like, I have drawers here, I have drawers in my vanity, I have a shelving unit across the room here, I have my bathroom filled, I have my linen closet in the hallway filled with stuff. And another game that I play is how much space can I get back while I'm on my no buy? Like, can I clear a whole shelf? Obviously, I will need to shuffle things around. Can I clear a drawer out? Combine total with the stuff that I'm using up. So set your game, your thing that works for you, and if you reach that goal, reward yourself. Why do you want to do the no buy? Figure out what's your motivation for the no buy, because knowing what your motivation is can be a catalyst to keep you on your no buy. Can't help me talk though. If you're on a no buy because everyone's doing a no buy and it's the cool thing to do, you're gonna fail. You're not going to do well with it. But if you're on a no buy because you need to save for upcoming college tuition, or your car is kind of broken down and it's going to die on you any day and you need to save for a car, or you're looking to move out of your apartment and into a house, you're saving for a vacation, you've got a new baby on the way, something that requires funds. If you have that kind of a motivation, you're likely to do a lot better with your no buy, because you have a valid reason why you shouldn't be buying makeup and spending that money. So you need to figure out why you're on your no buy in the first place, and let that be your motivation to keep you on your no buy. Go into your no buy with the correct mindset. If you go into your no buy and you tell yourself, I've never had a successful no buy, I'm probably going to screw this up, I'm probably going to buy things, then most likely you're going to fail with your no buy. You're probably going to buy things. But if you go in with a mindset that I can do this, I am stronger, I have the willpower, I can make this happen, I'm determined, I want to do it, all of those positive affirmations, you're probably going to do very well with your no buy. If you think you're going to fail, you're probably going to fail. If you think you're going to succeed, most likely you're going to succeed. And that's pretty much with everything in life. Evaluate your long-term goals for yourself, for your inventory. Again, it's always going to come back to that inventory. And look overall at how much space you're using, whether what you own makes you happy. Do you have a set number of, say, blushes or a set number of eyeshadow palettes? Look at that big picture and set a goal for yourself. I have it's not a hard and fast rule, but I would like most of my categories to be 5 and under. I don't feel that that's realistic for eyeshadow palettes because I'm kind of an eyeshadow junkie, and I set up my spreadsheets that way. And knowing that I have a spreadsheet that tells me if I am within that limit, that goal, and reminding me every single day that I am or I'm not, is a good motivator. I have a spreadsheet that I have conditional formatting on for all of my categories. If I am 5 or under, it is green. If I am 6 to 10 products, then it is yellow. And if I have 11 or more, it is bright red, and it tells me, girl, you got a problem. And I better not ever be buying anything in my red categories, because it's already way more than double what I feel is acceptable for that category. So figure out what you want in your inventory and let that guide you. Here's the thing. When you buy things because you have the fear of missing out, and we all have it. We all have FOMO at one point or another. It's new and it's exciting. It's the newest thing. Everyone's talking about it. If you go out and buy it in a few weeks or a few months, nobody's going to be talking about it anymore. Nobody cares about it anymore. It's sitting in your drawer with everything else that you don't use, and you're perpetuating the problem. If you can just get through your no buy, even if there's something you really want to buy, there's a brand new palette coming out and you really, really want it, wait a month or two. Let the hype die down. Even if you're not on a no buy, it's a good idea. Let the hype die down. And if you still feel that strongly about it, you can buy it when your no buy is over. It's not going to be new and exciting as far as the social media talk anymore. But if you are just you're thinking about that palette or that lipstick or that blush or whatever, and you just can't get it out of your mind, you probably really, really want it. And it's not because of the hype, and it's not because everyone's talking about it, but you waited, and that's the smart thing to do. 9 times out of 10, once that hype dies down, you're not going to want it anymore. You're just probably not going to. There are going to be exceptions for everyone. And I just think that if you can wait through that hype period, you're doing yourself a favor, you're doing a collection a favor, and you probably won't want that product anymore. You use makeup every single day, and it gets dusty, it gets dirty and grimy looking. Clean it. Clean it up, sanitize it, use alcohol, get all of the dirty powder off, and go around the edges on your palettes, go between the eyeshadows, and just clean it up and make it look fresh and new again. And I swear it's a mind trick, but it will work for you. Well, it works for me anyway. So try that, make your stuff look new again, and it'll feel like you're using a newer product. Rotate your collection and make it look new again. All the things that are in the back of a drawer, bringing them up to the front, because a lot of times we have things that are in the back that when we pull out the drawers, you don't see everything that's back there. So if you're bringing that forward and the stuff that you see in the front all the time, you're putting towards the back, you're actually physically looking at different stuff every time, so that it's not the same old every single time. One thing that I definitely promote and that I do on a weekly basis is a basket. I do my weekly makeup basket. Mostly mine is all Project Pan items because I'm such an avid panner. I actually have to rotate through my panning products because I have so many, and if I want to get usage on all of them, I need to switch them up every week. I would highly recommend that even if you're not a panner, just rotate through your stash. Do a weekly makeup basket. Put something different in it every single week. It will feel like you're using different makeup because you are. So try doing the regular makeup baskets. I would recommend a week if you get bored easily, and just see if that will work for you. Now here's something that's very important. Being a YouTuber, a lot of us want to buy the new hyped up things. I know a lot of people have touched on this subject, especially in the panning community. Why do you want the new product that's out? Is it fear of missing out that you really feel like you need to have that product? Or are you buying it because you're a YouTuber or an Instagrammer and it's going to look really awesome to have the newest, coolest products featured on your Instagram account or on your YouTube channel? You need to realistically look at the product that you want to buy and figure out if you're buying it for you or if you're buying it for your channel and for others to look at. Like, are you keeping up with the Joneses? It's valid. It's realistic that, when you have a YouTube channel or a very popular Instagram, you want to keep up. You want to have the new and the fresh. But when you have such a huge collection and you legitimately don't want to buy, you need to figure out if this purchase is about you or if it's about your social media accounts. Because if it's about your social media accounts, it can wait. If you have a good following, they're going to follow you anyway. And if you don't have the big following, 1 or 2 items, that it's not going to make or break you, but it will affect your bottom line as far as your collection. And you really need to have a heart-to-heart with yourself and decide, is this about me or is this about my social media? And this is the obvious one that everyone says, but of course I had to put it on here because you got to. Do not go into stores that tempt you. If you go into Ulta or Sephora and every single time you come out with a bag full of new goodies, don't walk in the door. Don't do it. Why tempt yourself? Me personally, that doesn't tempt me because I have a crazy willpower. But if that's your weakness, if that's your kryptonite, stay out of the stores. Bottom line, plain and simple, don't go in the stores. Don't look on their websites. Don't open their emails. Unsubscribe from the emails. If you want to stay on your no buy, you just need to avoid it if those are triggers for you. For me, they're not really triggers. I have a very different mindset. I kind of laugh at the danger personally. One of my weaknesses is Coastal Scents and Elf because I'm a bargain person. Don't get me wrong, I like the high-end stuff too, but I'm one of those people, I can't resist a sale. At least I didn't used to be able to resist a sale. Now I like to open their emails. Oh, it's 30% off. Oh, it's 40% off. Or, you know, get this, buy one, get one half off. Those don't tempt me anymore. Those don't tempt me anymore, especially with the bargain ones. And I apologize, my kids are going crazy out there. Especially with the bargain sites, you know, drugstore sites and stuff like that. Because unless you're giving me 50% or more off, I know I can wait till Black Friday and get that. So to me, I like to open up those emails and stuff like that and be like, yeah, you're not going to tempt me with your 30% off because I know I can wait a few months and I'm going to get 50% off or 60 or 70 or whatever. So yeah, those aren't a trigger for me, but if it's a trigger for you, avoid it like the plague. This is one thing, and not to dime you out or throw you under the bus, Amanda, but this is one of those things that it took me a while to drill into Amanda's head, that the marketing schemes are just that. They're schemes. The emails that they send out, Ulta's 20% off. Hurry, get it now because it's 20% off. You know what? In a month or two, they're going to send you another 20% off. And the longer that you wait to buy from them, the more frequently they're going to send you those 20% off. It's a scheme. It's a mind trick that marketing companies do because they know that people don't resist sales. But if you know that they're going to have the sale or the 20% off coupon every couple of months, why wouldn't you wait? I mean, you know it's going to happen. All sales, whether it's beauty related, grocery store, department store, they have cycles. And I know specifically with grocery stores, not that it really applies here, they run on a 6-week cycle. So what's on sale now is probably going to be on the same sale in 6 weeks. I don't know what the ones for the beauty stores are, but I'm sure they have a cycle. I mean, look at Sephora. They do their VIB sales every single year at the same time. The Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, every year at the same time. It's a cycle, people. Just because it's on sale now doesn't mean you have to buy it. It can wait till your no-buy. You might have to wait a few months after your no-buy to get that specific sale, but it's coming back. It's going to come back. Unless it's one of those rare, truly limited edition, which doesn't entice me in the slightest, you're going to be able to get that price and that product again after your no-buy. This is another big one, and it has worked for me. And I find that it does work for quite a few people. Do your no-buy with a friend. Or if it's not a friend, find some like-minded people like on YouTube or Instagram or, people that you kind of chat with through social media. They may not be like your buddy or anything, but, do it as a buddy system and do your no-buy. Like no-buy July is really popular right now. And it's a group of people that don't really know each other except through social media. And they've all kind of banded together and said, we're not going to buy during July. Do it with someone and it will be easier. Commiserate with other people that are doing the no-buy at the same time as you, and it will help you. This one truly works for me, and I know it has worked for some of my friends. Find a hobby. I know a lot of people say, well, makeup is my hobby. Find a distraction, a hobby that's not buying makeup. Read books. Go out and have experiences, travel. If it must be makeup related, find a way to make your hobby not be about buying. Maybe do like some palette bingo, rotate through your stash and see if you can create a completely different look every single day. Just find a way to distract yourself from actually making that purchase. Whether, it's something makeup related or not makeup related, just find something that is not about buying makeup. This next tip is something that I've been trying to work on. Focus on curating the collection that you truly want. Really go through your collection and see what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and you will learn what you shouldn't be buying anyway. And once you learn what you truly like and don't like based on what you already have, you can make more informed decisions once your no-buy is over. So spend that no-buy time really curating everything in your collection to what you want. This one is kind of one of those that may work for some people. I'm not into limited edition, so this doesn't really work for me. But when those limited edition products come out while you're on your no-buy and you get that fear of missing out, you really want to look at that limited edition product and decide, is it so very different from what I already have? Is this limited edition so special that it's going to make or break my collection? And odds are it's not going to be that vastly different. I know, and a lot of people in the beauty community have brought this up in the last year or two, specifically all of the new stuff that's coming out, all of the limited edition stuff that is coming out. It's not that new. It's not that exciting. It's clearly exciting to my children out there that are going crazy, but the new stuff that's coming out, really, people, it is not that exciting. There are some gorgeous things. There are some great formulas out there, but the market is so saturated that the new isn't really that new. So the limited edition stuff really isn't that limited. I guess I don't personally understand the hype of limited edition, and I never have. I avoid limited edition like the plague because I feel like it's all hype and I'm not into the drama and the hype. I don't like that kind of stuff. I mean, we've all complained about, well, this palette is boring, or that lipstick looks just like the one that they released 6 months ago. Limited edition isn't limited. As far as like the color, style, formulation, there's so much out there that is similar to what's limited that you're really not missing out. You really aren't. There's not a lot of newness in the cosmetic companies. I feel like it's a regurgitation of the same thing over and over again with just a pop of color. And even the ones that are very colorful, there's so many very colorful palettes and stuff out there. And I'm over the mermaid and unicorn thing. I'm done with it. I think I'm exhausted by all of the sameness and the hype and everything else. And I think more people need to get to that saturated point, and you'll find that the no-buy is so much easier when you realize that it's not that new, it's not that exciting, because it's not. Unsubscribe. It's the one universal thing that everyone will tell you with tips and tricks. If there's a beauty guru out there that pushes new product like nobody's business, and we all know who they are, I'm not going to mention any names, but there are gurus that they are pretty much an advertisement for all of the new stuff. And if those people tempt you, seeing new products on their channel tempt you, and you feel like you're watching one big commercial, unsubscribe, because you don't need that. You don't need that temptation, and you don't need people hawking wares every single time that you watch a YouTube video. So just unsubscribe, whether it's YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Just unsubscribe. It's for your sanity, and you can do this. Those are the tips that have worked for me. I kind of lost track of how many I did. It doesn't really matter because really they kind of overlap anyway, so the number doesn't matter. But just go into it with the right mindset after you do your inventory. Don't buy into the hype, and realize what a lot of this is. It's marketing. And once you realize that, then I think you're going to be just fine in your no-buy. If you need support, I'm here to support you. There are so many other people out there that are willing to support you. Just let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything else that I didn't touch on, because there was so much stuff that was just running through my head. I was just trying to like jot down things, and I know it's a little random, but I think anyone can do this. Just have the right mindset and be determined. The longer you don't buy things and the more frequently you do your no-buy, the easier it gets. It really does. I am like the testament to that, and I'm sure other people that have done no-buys can attest to that as well. So flex those no-buy muscles. You can do it. Be confident that you can do it, and you will succeed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until I see you in my next video, have a beautiful day.